Whoops. Do you ever want to kill yourself on a live stream? Do you ever want to hang yourself live in front of people? Welcome to the show. We're here. We're queer.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
And we're in gear with an action-packed PigCast. An action-packed PigCast. If you want to leave a voicemail, make sure to do so by clicking in the link in the description section. I believe we have a couple since the last time I've done one of these. And we also have an action-packed show with, guess what? Fat people. We're going to talk about fat people. Somebody left a snide comment on the project that me and Peter did the other day on a review, saying, oh, I appreciate Peter Turner. I don't like PigCake. I don't like PigCake because PigCake is out here making fun of fat girls. Fat girls make fun of themselves through their weight. They make fun of themselves through their appearance. So if anything, I'm doing good for them because I'm inspiring them to lose weight, better their health, and better their lives. What do you want them to stay fat? You want them to stay rotund? God, fuck. This is already starting off. So if anything, I'm helping them. You're not helping them. The guy mentioned he watched the live stream and couldn't deal with me saying words like retarded, and making fun of fat girls. So you know what? I'm going to double down. I'm going to triple down on the fat girls today. So we're going to be talking about some fatties, some fat fatties. But apart from that, Hungry and Hungover left a comment saying, "Hey boy, I left a glowing review of Open Prediction on Penguin. Great work, legend." Thank you. I appreciate that. My tits are showing. I don't want my titties to show here. But I do appreciate that. Open Prediction is one of the projects that me and Peter worked on quite aggressively, along with Out of This World. They're available through me. Obviously, they're available through Murphy's and other means. But if you want to, support old Piggy, buy directly from him on the links in the description section below, where you'd be giving me money as opposed to, I don't know, fucking Penguin. But alas, I'm still very thankful for the support, because then it lets them know that they should buy my stuff next time. And I'm working on a couple other ones. Artificially Flavored Intelligence says Worlds Apart is brilliant too. I hope you appreciated it. I found a better way of doing Peter's, though. Not to get too virgin-y, but Peter's take on Open Prediction, where everything is predicted. All the colors are separated and everybody predicts everything. I found an easier way of doing it, so I might just put that somewhere. But if you try steroids and trend, you'd look really attractive but angry. Well, I still need to kick off all my England weight, which I've gone flabby. I had to admit, I've gotten flabby. I'm not really feeling myself as of late, but that's because I couldn't work out for 2 months. I couldn't work out for 2 months because of this thing. Let me see if I could even show it here. You could, oh, look at that. I can't even, this is AIDS. This show is AIDS so far. Is this real right now? Can I fucking show it? I can't even fucking, well, you could see the top of it there. Right there. You could kind of, are you having a fucking laugh right now? Okay. Either way, the scar is there. Okay? The scar is there. And it's from my near-death experience, which has given me a good story to tell for the virgins. Every time I'm like, oh, I almost died. Oh, how'd you almost die? Well, here's the video. Here's the video of me getting slammed through a glass table. But I'm going back to England. So I'm going back to England in a couple days, I believe. How many days now? 12 days. I'll be going back to England, going to Blackpool. Why? Because there's a magic convention, and I'm a magician. So imagine, obviously there's a magic convention. Obviously, I'm going to be able to get business and network with people. So I'm going to be going there and hopefully raising my brand a little bit higher through the means of networking in a event surrounded by nothing but virginity. I'm going to be hammered for, I don't know, a week straight. I'm not happy about paying the ticket prices. I'm going to see if I can maybe negotiate my influencer life to somehow get me in there and maybe do some work that lets me circumvent the necessity for paying, what, like $300 for a fucking ticket to be sold on things? Come on, be better.
You know, we're living.
Fuck.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
I guess I might as well start off with one of the voicemails left. This is a voicemail left by Cardistry Kid. It's 10 seconds, which kind of scares me. Usually the ones that are 10 seconds lead me to think that it's just going to be the N-word repeated over and over again. But let's see what Cardistry Kid has to say.
PigCake, you a dumb moron! I want to kill you, and you are a dumb moron! I hate you! You are dumb moron!
Okay, that's cool. So apparently somebody's child was used to call me a moron. Somebody's child was used to call me a moron, which is phenomenal. That's fine, I guess. Props to you for being such a cool dad that you got your child to say that. Notice I didn't say cool mom, because women don't watch this. Girls don't watch this. Why would a girl watch this? And if you do, you have problems. You have significant problems if you're female watching my content. Every time I wonder, I'm like, you could be doing more productive things with your life, and you're watching me, a fucking professional virgin, rant about fat girls. Fuck. Hungry also says they're doing Penguin Lives again. Go up to the Penguin booth and let them know people want PigCake Live 2025. PigCake Penguin Live lecture. That'd be great. I have one written up about lying. That'd be phenomenal. But I don't know if I'd be good at it. I don't know if it would be fun for me, because I'd show up hammered. right off the bat. I'd show pretty tremendously trashed to do the live. If it's just like for a group of magicians, yeah, that's fine. But if you have me in front of an audience, I'm not going to work well in that. But I have enough stuff that I could put out there to do that. The only problem, too, apart from doing a fucking lecture, is it's in Columbus, Ohio. It's in Columbus, Ohio. That's not really the best place to go. Nobody goes from Miami to Columbus, Ohio willingly. So I'd be going there and having to deal with Columbus things. So I don't know. But I'd be down. I'd be down only to spread my name amongst the seed of magicians. So that was a fun one. Let's see if there's another one here by Anonymous. Anonymous left a voicemail. You could do so, by the way, by clicking in the link in the description section if you want to leave a voicemail. You don't have to leave your email. It's not like one of those websites where you have to make an account. You could just do it anonymously. The only thing is that just don't say the N-word.
Yo, virgin. Fellow virgin here.
Virgin queer.
Just saying hey. And oh yeah, you can't fucking spell. In the Faith Healers video, the link to this fucking speak pipe has an extra A in it. Fucking fix it. Later.
Okay. So he says the link in the video that I made recently has a misspelling. Let me see if that's the case. Leave a voicemail. Yeah, it does have a mistake. So I fixed it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that because I'm pretty much on the spectrum. So my spelling is that of an autistic person, an acoustic person. I guess is the right way to say it in 2025 now. 2025. What's going on in 2025? What have I left off on? My friends, in the United States, we have a new administration. We have a brand new president, a divisive president at that. I don't want to lean and let you guys know what my political beliefs are. I really don't, because that alienates people. I've been recommended by individuals not to let people know my political beliefs because, remember, a lot of magicians are professional, lonely virgins. And if you're trying to sell to them, the last thing you want to do is to tip your hand. Tip your hand. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing that. Also, I want you to ignore the video behind me. I want you to not pay attention to that video just because it's also taking away precious bandwidth for my computer that I fucking need. But alas, I don't know who that was, but that person sounded like he was on every single drug known to man. So I appreciate that you were coherent enough to leave a adequate voicemail. Speaking of fat bitches, I guess we'll jump right in here. Let's just jump right in. This is something that I saw on TikTok recently. TikTok was also one of the apps that was taken out for 12 hours. We had a ban here. I immediately got a VPN to try to work it on my phone because I'm obsessed with looking at shawties. I'm obsessed with looking at girls twerking and funny life hacks, which I find on TikTok exclusively. And a VPN didn't work. Didn't work. Whatever. It was only gone for 12 hours. So my addiction to looking at girls of age twerking had to be circumnavigated for at least 12 hours. But when it came back with a vengeance. And this is one of the first things I saw. Now, the comments tend to be on my side, as do most, of these. I've noticed that TikTok tends to favor nicer comments, whereas Instagram tends to just be a bunch of fuck asses that leave comments, saying slurs and things like that. But let me just show you the video here. I don't know if this is probably gonna be backwards. So let me put this here. Let me put this here and hope that it works. Let's see. Again, professionalism is what you get. And it does work. Okay. So right off the bat, first impression is that you get what is a 2. I think this person is a 2 out of 10. Looking at her physique, her physiognomy, which I got into an argument with a Facebook virgin about the word physiognomy and what it could refer to. But if you look at her, she resembles that of a sweet potato. I would say a rotten sweet potato. So she would definitely be a 2. I'm being generous because she has a vagina. So that's why I'm giving her a 2. But when she opens her mouth and talks about the chair that she's about to talk about, she's immediately going to be on the negative scale. But let's just play and see what it is she has to say.
One of the first ways I can tell if a space is going to be welcoming to me or not. A sturdy chair.
Red flag right off the bat. I know I'm interrupting the video, but shut up. Space. You learn going through the internet really quickly what certain terms mean, right? And what certain people use phrases. Like, for example, folks is a good one. Another one is spaces. Culture is another one that you hear a lot. Oh, yeah, the culture here. Ugh. But fucking, it's just buzzwords. Space. If a space is good, just say place. You don't have to say space. Ugh, sorry. I know it's a small little point to make, but it makes sense.
Is relieving, it is friendly, it is welcoming, and it is one of the best, most cost-effective ways to upgrade your inclusivity. Inclusive seating has a sturdy base, a wide cushion, and no arms that can constrict thighs. My favorite part of this chair...
Now, again, what she's talking about is chairs being inclusive. That when you walk into a space, you want to ensure that your chairs are inclusive. Now, let's say you happen to have, I don't know, a salon, a barbershop, a tattoo parlor. You want to make sure that, you know, what they're sitting on is comfortable. Usually a couch, a chair, a love seat. Things like that have been all things that I've seen in my experience going to these various locations. Even if the chairs are uncomfortable, whatever. You fucking sit down, you wait, you get a haircut, and then you get out of the place. I'm not going to be judging a location because of the chairs. I purposely use uncomfortable chairs whenever I'm editing because I don't want to stay lingering on the computer. I want to get my shit and get out of here. I don't want to be on the computer all day, and it encourages me not to play fucking Minecraft for 12 hours at a time when I have to be productive and turn my life of professional virginity into something that actually makes me money. So I'm not going to be thinking of a fucking chair when I go to a place, especially labeling it something like inclusive. Another one of those fun red flags that you see. Whenever you see that on a resume, just know that the person has some assortment of colored hair, and it's going to be nothing but a nuisance to your office. But here, she's talking about the inclusivity of a chair and how it makes her feel good because of the fact that the arms don't constrict her thighs. Chairs are meant for universal use, right? When you sit on it, typically it's not meant for one person or another. It's meant to accommodate the majority of people. So now when you have to request that chairs have to be larger and sturdier, maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
Is that it has two metal supports underneath the seat cushion. It is so sturdy. There is no sounds when you sit down. I'm Tony PNW. Follow me everywhere for more size inclusion. Seating is one of the first ways I can tell if a...
Oh my... Let's see what the fuck this is about. Let's see what this is.
Health is often weaponized against fat people, but it is not a requirement for human rights. Large bodies are natural and part of a wide range of human diversity, even when someone's fatness is because of a reason you find unacceptable. If a person can exist in a fat body, no matter how or why, that is a valid and natural expression.
Now look, you could be fat. You could be fat, but when you're telling me online that I have to now accommodate certain things to accept your weight, no, that's not the way it works. All right, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. Listen to Michelle Obama, that because of her, when I worked at a school, the Pop-Tarts in the machine went from 2 Pop-Tarts for about $1.50 to 1 Pop-Tart, and it was made with like gluten-free whatever the fuck. And it's the only salvation to my day were those 2 s'mores Pop-Tarts that I would shove in my face between periods, and then have to deal with the kids, and then also have to deal with the fucking administration that were hankering on my fucking neck. So the only thing that gave me saving grace was the fact that I would have those 2 Pop-Tarts, and Michelle Obama took that away from us, giving us, I think they were like
seating
wheat,
is one of the first ways.
Wheat Pop-Tarts? Come on, fuck. That made me want to just find the nearest public location and change some lives. What's the other one here that I know I wrote fat? I wrote chair, and then I wrote skinny. What's skinny? There's one that I wrote here that's also of a skinny topic, and I should be a little bit more stripper skinny. Is it on TikTok? I still refuse to call TikTok X. I know certain people are divisive about Elon and whatnot. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so this is the word skinny. Let's look at the comments. I'm sorry, I ignored some comments here. Your X tweets are getting somewhere. Nobody's there though. My X tweets are just, again, ponderings. They're ponderings. They're meant to sort of farm engagement. I usually reply. I don't like to tweet by itself. I like to reply to people and get into arguments because it makes me feel better about myself. He really hit you with the Ben Shapiro spelling mistake meme. He did, and it worked because I misspelled it. Are you guys really going to call it the Gulf of America from now on? Maybe we're going to call it the Gulf of America. I know that he put an executive order. Now, again, certain publications, AP is not going by it. Britain is not abiding by it. And let me tell you something about Britain. I don't give a fuck about the United Kingdom. I don't give a fraction of a fuck. I go there once, twice a year, and I don't care about the country. I don't care that you broke your elbow, all right? Let me know if you get that reference. But I don't care, all right? UK's opinion on us is irrelevant. You guys don't have any culture whatsoever. Your culture is sausage rolls and pubs. That's bullshit. That's BS. So anything you guys ever have to say about us, and also look at the size of your country. It's this big. You fit in Texas twice. I believe more. So what do you, your opinion on us and what we call our things? Fuck off. Let me go here. To be fair, she could be having a midlife crisis at that weight. Their average lifespan is 35. I don't know about that, but I would assume so, just based on her girth. Usually people built like Samoan wrestlers hit people with chairs, not talk about how they make them feel. We live in a society.
You know, we're living in a society.
Exactly, and I don't have to acquiesce to your weight. My goodness, I've already had to sit next to lardies at airplanes, which is the absolute worst. If you're there sitting next to one of these behemoths and then their thigh is overlapping on your seat, and then now you're woman spreading, you're fat spreading, you're fat spreading with your engorged thighs on my area that I paid, by the way, quite a hefty sum for. Seats are not cheap on airplanes anymore. So you're now encroaching on my territory because of your weight. So I do have a negative feeling towards that. And if you hear that and complain, oh my goodness, leaving a snarky comment. Let me go to this one. This one is one that's related. With the word skinny. The word skinny being fat phobic. So let's see what this rotund woman has to say about that. Is this the comments there? No, okay, never mind. I thought the comments were playing. Professionalism is what we have here on the PigCast.
Using the word skinny to market products that have fewer calories or are healthier is fat phobic.
Now, this plays into something that I see a lot online, which is loudness. Loudness does not mean right. Just because you're louder doesn't mean you're correct. As a matter of fact, oftentimes, the person that's loudest is the one that's wronger. So just because you decide to take up more space with your volume doesn't make your argument correct. As a matter of fact, it's probably incorrect. Especially if you're morbidly obese and you're telling me that labeling things skinny is fat phobic. Well, yeah, it's less calories, but you're not afraid of fats. If I go into a Cheesecake Factory and I decide to order from their Skinnylicious menu, that's not fat phobic. It's just preventative. As a matter of fact, their calories are probably just as high as other things. It's just a marketing ploy. Like they have little fucking bullshits that are less portions of their bigger plates. So you're paying more for less food. It's a scam. So if anything, complain about that, but don't say that it's fat phobic. Nobody's afraid of you people. We could jog briskly in any direction and we would fucking get rid of you within milliseconds because you're not going to catch up with us.
Skinny pop, skinny cow, with the tape measure tied around the waist. And you can try to change the logo, but it's still fat phobic. Skinny girl. Egregious. Just egregious. To make something have fewer calories, less sugar, you say make it skinny? Smoothie King? I hope you can now see how people use fat phobia as a marketing tool. It's not about those options having less calories and less sugar, it's the way they're marketed.
Shut up. Shut up. Fuck. Fat bitch. Fuck you. Fat bitch. I should really tone it down. Again, I'm trying to market to magicians, and they get upset when I use language like that. Somebody told me to go to that female convention in Vegas and argue with them, which I considered. But then I looked at the prices. By the way, the female convention, there's a all-female magician convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. And they were complaining about the video that I made called Female Magicians Do Not Exist, of which the whole purpose of the video was to illustrate the fact that female magicians are using the term female for marketing, and it works. I'm saying they're all magicians. I'm trying to be inclusive, whereas they're trying to be exclusive because they're trying to garner more gigs by virtue of their vagina. So my argument is actually more in line with inclusivity than your argument. And you're being a bigot. So that was my argument. And this person, I said, hey, let's do a live stream and let's air out our grievances because you tend to complain about me a lot on Facebook. And that's what bothers me when people complain about me on Facebook. So I said, let's do a live stream. And he said, no, you could meet me at this convention. I looked at the ticket prices. It's like $400 fucking dollars to go to this convention in Las Vegas. $400? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm going to stay home, treat myself to shoes, and masturbate. Let's go through here. I'm surprised she didn't film that in a movie theater. That's a good one. I gotta tell you, that is worthy. That is worthy of a pin of glory. That is definitely worthy of a pin of glory for many reasons, of which I don't want to get into, but it is really funny. Gulf of America and America paid for this canal, says Eric Trainer. And then Hudson 52 Slights redacted his message, which is kind of obnoxious. Come on, leave it. Leave it. Be better. So that bothered me, seeing those two little videos. They were connected, I guess. So you see the trend that we go here on the PigCast, that things are interconnected. It's not just a mishmash of things that are coming out of my head. This is another funny one that I saw. Another big ordeal that happened were California wildfires. Now, one thing that you have to realize about California is that it sucks. When I stayed there, it was AIDS. There's more hobos than you could ever imagine. It's not as bad as what was initially portrayed to me as California, but I was only in Pasadena, and we're only in LA for a little bit. But just vapid, fake, famous people. We're trying to get people in the street to do a video for Peter. And there's this yuppie couple that walks by. And we're like, hey, guys, we're just doing a video. And they go, we don't got time. And they keep walking. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean we don't got time? What are you fucking talking about? You have nothing but time. And then I watched them walk into Target. Okay, good. Yeah, you definitely didn't have fucking time. At least be like, no, thank you. I'm not interested. But no, we don't got time because we're important. Fuck you. My goodness. But they're going through a plethora of fires right now, and it's not necessarily a great situation. As a matter of fact, I think one unloaded today just because of their conditions and their weather. It's terrible. You light one little match, and the whole fucking forest goes up in flames. And we have certain celebrities, of course, that their houses were burnt down. One of these is Vin Diesel. I believe that his sister... let me see if I could even read this. I'm zooming in to this, and I can't fucking do it. Do I have to save image as? Copy image address? This is what I'm relegated to do for this. So, okay, there you go. Now I could zoom in. So this is a post that Vin Diesel made. Very nice, right? Him and his sister, who's looks very attractive. And this is what Vin decided to put as a caption. He puts, during the week of fires that displaced LA, my sister Jordana reached out to me and said, please have Universal film the rest of Fast X Part 2 in LA. Los Angeles needs it now more than ever. Los Angeles is where Fast and Furious started filming 25 years ago, and now Fast will finally return home. All love. Now, we value celebrities. More than doctors, we value celebrities more than people of relevance in society. And celebrities happen to be the most retarded group of people in the planet. I think that there's no bigger group of absolute objective retards than celebrities. They're theater kids that somehow manage to suck their way off into fame, usually. And we're supposed to take their opinions seriously. because of this. Usually they've skipped every sort of formal schooling to try to make it big in Hollywood. And they realize that Hollywood is just a cesspool of people that like little kids and that are just on drugs all the time. And they've somehow managed to fall into a lot of money because there's a lot of money to be made in entertainment. So Vin Diesel happens to be a perfect example of that because he is a quintessential theater kid. He's a wannabe tough guy. But again, you realize people like Robert De Niro, people like Vin Diesel, they're not really tough guys. They play tough guys, but they're actors. They're pretending. So whenever you hear about Vin Diesel, the guy's a baby. He's a baby, and you see the way he acts and all the stuff. And that's just the quintessential example of celebrity thinking. And Vin Diesel just happens to be on the opposite side of the spectrum of that, where he's legitimately retarded, using the California fires to perpetuate Fast X Part 2. Those movies are just gay pornos with cars. That's what those movies are. If you removed, that's a bit, by the way, from Family Guy, I believe. That's if you remove the car scenes, it's just a porno. That's all the movie is, and it's not really a good one. I think the first one was all right. Speaking of, this is one that I saw too of a stripper. And this one kind of bothered me, as did the majority of the comments, because of certain friends that I know that partake in strip clubs, and people that have been robbed at strip clubs by the strippers themselves. And it's interesting to see the culture of clubs in general. And strip clubs, in my experience, are the worst places on earth. People tend to say PigCake is a sexist. I don't care about women. I care about women more than you do, right? I love women. I value women more than I value you. But saying that, strip clubs are one of those places that I go and I'm like, wow, these women are being objectified, and I'm not a fan of it. And I'm a huge fan of objectifying women. I check out women all the time. If you're wearing Lululemons, just know that I'm like this behind you. So, for me, PigCake, to say that strip clubs should not exist, that means something. That should mean something. Because I'm looking at all these women and I'm like, God, just be a registered nurse. Just be better. Do something. Don't be a stripper. Jesus, for gross dudes that think somehow they're in love with you, they're tricking you for money. And I've heard about, certain individuals in my circle that have paid for private dances in these rooms, and they don't get any. There's nothing. You're just there. You're fucking just having this woman hover around you, and it's not worth it. And this one talks about her experience on how it's $400. So let's just go here and check out what she has to say.
As a stripper, you experience a lot of things in these private rooms, but I'm going to tell you what they can and cannot do. So at my club, in our private rooms, and it differs club to club, girl to girl, the men are allowed to go into the room. They pay us $400 to go into this half an hour private room with us. They sit down. They cannot remove any articles of clothing. The only thing that I do ask them to remove is their belt, so that way it doesn't hurt me or damage my outfit in any way. What you don't do, though, is, because this happened with a customer once, is take off the belt and proceed to give me a love tap with it. Don't do that. Basically, they cannot lay hands on you unless you permit them to. Don't forget, consent still applies at the club. Basically, none of their stuff is allowed to come out. In our dances, we keep all of our articles of clothing, so like the little pieces of floss we wear, on, except I do pop the girls out if they want to, be extra respectful during the dance, or if they're tipping. At a lot of clubs, the guys can also order drinks to these private rooms. And in one of our private rooms at the club, they actually can play Xbox because we have a TV and like controllers in there. They could even hop up on the pole if they wanted to, because one of our rooms does have a pole. I've also had guys give me dances instead of me give them dances. And they're honestly kind of allowed to like tell us anything. Like, I've had men confess and tell me the craziest things ever in the private rooms. I think I'm going to do a YT video on some of the craziest things I've heard in the private room. So if you want to see that, come find me on YT.
$400. $400. That used to be 400 McChickens. Now McChickens have been inflated to epic proportions. Don't take this out of context, by the way. They've been inflated to epic proportions, so it's no longer just $400. But I know people that have gotten laid for $80 at a strip club. So and you know what? I'm actually going to defend a stripper. The real retards here are the dudes that are paying for this, that are paying for $400 to air your grievances to what Hungry Hungover said, to Spike Dudley? You're paying $400 to talk to somebody? Come on, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Xbox? There's an Xbox in some room? Are you having a... You know what's the problem here, right? They're at home. They probably have a missus. Every time they hear the little pa-ding of the Xbox, that leads into an argument. So they rather pay $400. $400 to a stripper just to be able to talk to her and play Xbox with her and not even get a fucking dance, than deal with their significant other at home. That's what they rather do. These sad, lonely men. So I'm not even blaming the stripper at this point. I'm turning my opinion around and saying, you know what? Go for it, girl. Go for it. Because if there's a market, you should be making cheese on that market. So fuck. I was going to be out here on a rant about the bitch out here taking advantage of these guys. But no, if you're desperate enough and lonely enough to pay $400 for a girl with her titties out to talk to you, come on. Come on. Fuck. Jesus. So that really got me upset. But now I'm upset for a different reason. I'm upset for a completely different reason, which is that we have a loneliness problem. Now, this is another one that I saw. Speaking of loneliness, we also have a problem when it comes to basic education and logic and reason. These are things that people tend to ignore. These are things that people tend to just avoid because, I don't know, you're too busy scrolling on Instagram and TikTok to really pay attention in school. Your brains are being fried now because your attention span is essentially zero. So this is the product of that. We have somebody who's replicating something that she's seen done many times on social media, which is you put Mentos or salt in Coke, you close it up, and the bottle explodes. Or it's going to give you this massive reaction, and you go, whoa, oh my God, look at that. It looks like cum. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. And I don't know, you fucking put it on the internet for fake social media points, whatever. It's a fun experiment, right? Whatever. I'm sure all of us have done it at some point. But when it comes to doing it like this, and there's logic that's just removed from your head, you just take out every ounce of logic and say, fuck it. So there are so many things that got me upset about this fucking video, right? So let's just play it and go through it.
All right, y'all, we're going to pour it in here, you know, do a little dance while you in.
Close. You gonna put a whole thing in there?
Oh.
Now close it.
All right, y'all. And if you want, you can do a little dance.
Back up.
If you want, shake it up. You know?
Oh my God.
All right, y'all, we're gonna pour it.
Now, a bunch of things. Absolutely massive red flags with this video. First of all, the quantity that she's pouring in there. Secondly, it's this air of teaching you something. Like, hey, I'm going to show you something. All you got to do is do a little dance. Do a little bit here. This is all you got to do. Just pour it in there. So she pours the whole fucking thing.
Do a little dance while you in.
Close. You gonna put a whole thing in there?
Oh.
This is the part that fucked with me the most, and it makes me really want to punch a toddler, which is how long it takes her to close the fucking bottle. The bottle's closed, and she keeps tightening it. She's there for like 20 seconds tightening this bottle.
Close it.
Clearly, there's something happening in the bottle. Clearly, there's a reaction taking place in the bottle. I don't need to pay attention. I just need to kind of like pick my nose in science class to understand what a reaction is. Right? Even then, if I'm not in fucking in a science class, I could look at a thing that looks like it's about to explode and go, oh, I don't want to be around this. It's human instinct. That's all circumvented for fake internet points. Look at this. The bottle's closed already. The bottle's closed.
And if you want,
look how she's still tightening it. She's still tightening it. I'm upset watching this again.
You can do a little dance.
And then she wants to get her little bit in. I'm sure that she's probably copying from another video. You can do a little dance because she keeps repeating it. And that also gets me upset.
And if you want...
Look at this. The bottle's closed already. Oh, my God. Fuck. I'm going to punch a toddler right now.
You can do a little dance if you want.
The guy's telling her to back up. The logical, reasonable individual is telling her to back up.
Shake it up. You know?
And she's still... Now, right before the bottle fucking explodes on this dumb bitch's face, she's still tightening it. She's still tightening it more. And the bottle, of course, explodes in what could have been deadly. At that range, it doesn't matter if that's plastic. The cap could fly off into your fucking retina. The fact that she's still in one piece is a testament to how strong this bitch is. Oh my God. And you know she's going to find a way to blame the guy. You know. You just already know. I'm getting offended in advance, which is something you shouldn't do. But I'm already getting offended in advance just knowing the fact that she's going to be like, why'd you tell me? Why'd you tell me to stop? That's her voice, all right? I'm not being, you know, a certain word. That's how she sounds. Okay, so don't jump to conclusions here. That's how she sounds. Don't be weird about it. So that annoyed me. By the way, all my TikTok or Twitter likes right now are just politically charged memes, essentially. So if you were to scroll through my TikTok, it's just literally, this is one that's actually a bonus topic here. Least attractive male hobbies. Least attractive male hobbies. Keep this in mind. I've seen this before. I'm sure that this is probably true. It could be a fucking fake picture. Playing video games is number 1. Collecting figurines is number 2. Number 3, magic tricks. Magic tricks. Least attractive male hobbies. So do keep that in mind next time you think that your little version of the 2-card money is going to get them girls wet at the bar. It's not. It's not. It's drying them up. They probably have the police on speed dial. They're probably doing that thing that they do where they go to bartenders and say, hey, this guy's not stopping bothering me. So can you do something about it? They're probably going to do that. So just keep that in mind next time you think that the new trick that you bought is really going to get them excited. What did I write? Bikers? Oh, bikers. Yeah, this is also fucking just... Gosh, we have so many fucking... Let me look at the comments here before I get with the next topic. I'm sorry I'm running through these, but I'm kind of pressed for time. I have something to do at 9. So ordinarily, I'd give a little bit more banter. I'd be a little bit funnier, right? But right now, I'm running through these because I have to do something. I have obligations. Manel says, who the fuck has $400 to spend on a club? Retards. Manel, retards. Manel, who's staying with me in September. Look at that. Fun. Just me and the boy in what is a studio apartment in Miami, Florida. We're going to have so much fun. And by fun, I mean sex. $400. Would you rather get a backroom lap dance or hang out with a bunch of female magicians? They're both kind of the same thing, to be honest. I'm going to skip that comment, Manel, because I don't want to get demonetized more than I already am. Great stream so far. We floated. It just started, I guess, in reference to somebody that just joined. So no magic at all. No. In a social situation, do not do magic. Don't. I was forced in a Christmas party to do tricks, and I did terrible tricks. I was trolling most of the time, and that's how you should approach it. Idiocracy was a documentary. That's true, said Ori43 Europe. I agree. Bill Nye, the science guy. If it was a DEI hire. Well, luckily now with our administration, that's no longer a department. And then card magic is cringe, and most magicians are socially awkward, but cringe is entertainment too. That is true. Yeah, cringe can be entertainment, but just at least me. The last thing I want to do in a social situation is be like, well, I just happen to have brought my deck of playing cards, and if you would like to partake in a piece of prestidigitation with me, I'm just going to mix the cards up a little bit, you know, as they do. And please, select a card for me, man. Great. Oh, thank you for going for that one. I'm going to put it in the middle of the deck. Please don't lose your eye on it because, I can't even think of shitty jokes magician makes. Keep your eyes on me. Keep one eye on me, one eye on the cards, and the other eye on my package.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. Bikers annoy me. We had MLK weekend over the weekend, and usually the streets are overtaken by people on mopeds, and they're overtaken by people on quads. And our solution to that was that we made quads illegal. You can't be on the street in quads. But bikers are just the worst kind of people on the planet with their little bike suits and their little fucking accessories and their helmets. It bothers me. And what happens oftentimes in these videos is that it's the same old song. It's a tale as old as time. True as it could be. I forgot the rest of the lyrics to that. Never as before, never just as sure. As the song goes on. Fuck. All right. Either way. So you see what happens, which is these lanes in these woods oftentimes could be used by both bicyclists and people on motorcycles. Not motorcycles, but like fucking dirt bikes. They're used. They're shared. Right? But what happens is that one group or the other gets a little bit territorial. And then it leads to conflict. But the type of people that tend to be bikers that go on these roads are absolute virgins. They're absolute losers. So when it comes to adrenaline control and when it comes to conflict, you could just see them visibly shaking because they don't know how to deal with these situations. So this is a perfect example of that. We have a guy on what looks like to be a dirt bike. By the way, the dirt bike is perfectly allowed on that road. I believe he shows a sign later on.
But dirt bikers are the problem.
What the fuck are you doing here, man? You guys are fucking up this trail.
What are you talking about?
We built this shit.
Bro, you can't just do that.
But I did. So, like, you guys coming up here, dude, they're fucking cutting trails down right now.
Dude, dirt bikes are allowed to be here, man.
Right there, open a dirt bike. So the guy actually does have the receipts here. But right off the bat, look at his approach to conflict here. Is he's going to step in the guy's way, which, by the way, you're a fucking asshole for doing that. I've seen videos on motorcycles where people do the same. You're an idiot. The machine that's powered by a motor is going to win 99% of the time.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing here, man? You guys are fucking up this trail.
You guys. So then he already has an issue with dirt bikes that he's taking out on this guy, who's, by the way, going a very reasonable speed down this road. So he's already just taking out his grievances on this one guy as if he represents the whole of these fucking dirt bikers.
What are you talking about?
We built this shit.
We built this shit? We built this shit.
Bro, you can't just do that.
But I did. So, like, you guys coming up here, dude, they're fucking cutting trails down right now.
Dude, dirt bikes are allowed to be here, man.
This is a pirate trail that we made because then we run into you guys.
How are you supposed to know it's no dirt bike?
You're supposed to stay in the trail. Okay.
How is this not a trail?
Okay, fine. If you guys don't
It's literally a trail.
see like a wide trail, it's not for dirt bikes, and we've made it. And it's currently being taken away by the city because so many people are using it.
You could have just asked me to stop. You don't gotta...
So this guy's whole contention is that, oh, they're taking it away because too many people use it, and then he's blaming this guy for using it while he's using it.
Right, I stood in the thing. Nobody stopped. I was like, hey, man, that first guy, and he's like,
well, that's not me, man.
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry I got in your way.
What a loser.
It's our place that we...
What an absolute fucking loser. My goodness. That took way too long. I just would have ridden off and said, fuck you. Ugh. God, some old lady I remember. And I hate to even... I've mentioned this before, but I was on... Daniel gave me one of the little scooters. You know, the little fucking... nobody could look cool on those. But I was going a very reasonable speed on the sidewalk, which you're allowed to do. Just there on the sidewalk, just going on a breezy, just nice little way. I'm like, I never ride this, but I'm just riding it. And some old lady screams at me going, you people, you guys. What do you think? I represent everyone? You think that I represent everyone on a scooter? So she was bitching at me. I'm like, fuck off, you old bitch. And I kept riding. Fucking idiot. Just these dumb Karens. Fuck off. Fuck off with your stupidity. Wouldn't even stay and talk. What the fuck are they going to do? Yeah, what are they going to do? My goodness, especially that guy who's like, with his fuck teeth. Mind you, I have fuck teeth. But with his fuck teeth, just like, oh, you guys are ruining it for all of us. They're taking this away because it's overcrowded. Meanwhile, you're here too, buddy. I'm just enjoying the same road that you are. Fuck. Should have shoulder checked the guy going 30 miles per hour. That's exactly what you do. You just hold your arm out. Hold your arm out and keep riding. Fuck it. Fuck those guys. I guess the last topic here is plain shoddy. Plain shoddy. So let me scroll down swiftly to this particular topic. My goodness. My Twitter is also full of just unbelievably attractive women. Oh, God, if you were looking at what I was looking at. Irish girls dancing. Top tier. So this woman got fired for being, I would say, the product of social media. The product of social media, which is you're doing things that you know are going to get you in trouble for fake internet points. That's what you're doing. And she's a airline shoddy. And she's in uniform on a plane doing a TikTok dance. Very provocative. Right? You can hear the music there. I'm going to take it off so I don't get copyright. A stupid dance, but you know, I'm not really one to complain. But she got let go, and a lot of people are, I guess, in contention of this sort of thing, which happens more often now than ever. You know, she's right. She's right. Whatever it is that she was doing, I guess it was right. I don't have a valid opinion on that. She was 100% right in whatever she did. As a matter of fact, let's just... Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know why that was a topic. That's stupid. That's dumb. She's right. She's absolutely right. She could do whatever she wants. And it's dumb. It's dumb that we're thinking that we could say whatever it is. Do what makes you happy, girl. Do what makes you happy. It's still there on my screen, by the way. That's the show. That's the live stream. I'm sorry. It was a quick one, but I wanted to come out and do a live stream. Make sure to check out my projects, my brand new projects. You could actually find them by clicking on the links in the description section below. You could find, I believe, both of them. They're linked on my Gumroad. Let me actually go incognito here so I could see this and show you what I'm talking about. Again, I clicked on the wrong link because I'm an absolute doofus face. Copy. Yeah, copy the link. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. But check out my projects. Buy them from, again, it's the Vin Diesel picture. Okay, that's great. Gumroad PigCake. That should work. What a fucking mess. But my projects are now available. Open predictions and Worlds Apart. I would say they're reasonably priced for the content that's in them. They're great. Me and Peter put a lot of work into these, and I believe that they're well worth your time. If you are a PigCake Academy member, you could get them at a steep discount. But apart from that, I would say thank you guys for joining. Some good, solid advice at the end of this is Blackpool. I will be there. Not advice, really, but just to end this, I will be in Blackpool, so maybe I'll do another stream before then. If not, I'll definitely try to do a stream over there. If you're there, come and say hi. Come and say hi. I'll be around in the premises. I'll be around in Blackpool. You could see me at the Ruskin, probably pulling my Ruskin back. But I feel like I have to end the way that I always end these, which is with the best bit of advice that I've ever gotten, which is...
Big fucking tits!
Big fucking tits. Big fucking tits.